Yo, what's going on guys? It's your boy Poison Okami here, me, myself and I, back at it again with another video, and today's video is going to be a long-awaited one that I'm sure a lot of you have been anticipating for a very long time. Yes, that is right, I'm now coming to do a tier list for Naruto Storm 4. However, I'm not actually doing this because a lot of you have asked. I'm actually doing this tier list because of my members. That's right, this video is actually only because of the power of the memberships. That's right, this video is only possible due to the members on my YouTube channel. I have recently made a post asking my members if they would like to see a tier list, and all the ones that saw the post have actually voted and said yes. There's 0% of people saying no, so they had the power and the influence over half of the current members, and I'm currently sitting at 15 members. Only over half of them have said yes. So, but guys, basically what I'm going to be doing in the future is that in the future, I'm going to actually let members decide whether some videos exist or not on the channel. That'll be a thing that I'm looking at doing in the future with some types of content. So if there are certain things that you want to see on the channel, if you become a member, you will have the power to relay that onto me, and I can converse back and forth with you guys in my nice little community section on the membership version of the channel, and we can discuss what types of content comes on the channel. You get to learn some things from my POV that you may not necessarily know. So I actually wanted to give a quick disclaimer before I actually get started with this tier list. I want to quickly go over my opinions and my viewpoints on the tier list, and actually my whole stance on one before I go telling you what my tier list is. My personal opinion on tier lists is that I think they're completely useless. I think people take them too seriously. They're not to be taken seriously. In my opinion, they shouldn't be the gospel of a fighting game. And this goes for all fighting games, not just necessarily Storm. This could go for Smash, Tekken, Dead or Alive, Street Fighter, you name it. Tier lists aren't very useful. The reason why tier lists aren't very useful is because every tier list that exists that I have seen from my own experience in Storm over the years have never been correct. They have never been right. Someone is always arguing that something is wrong, or someone's always trying to argue their point as to why a character should be moved up a tier or down a tier, and no one, like not a whole community, can ever come to a steadfast agreement on, yes, this is the tier list. The tier list doesn't exist. What really exists is a hive mind sort of somewhat mutual agreement on, yes, these characters are S tier, these characters are A tier, these are something like B tiers, these are kind of C tier, and it gets into a mess the further down you go. I mean, even at the top is a mess, actually. And then another thing, as I am a very high skill player, some may call me a top player or a pro player or whatever, some may just call me a YouTuber. Whatever you think of me as, I like to think of myself as a very highly experienced top player in the Naruto Storm community. I've got a lot of experience and a lot of hours in Storm. I've played all characters very well with a lot of hours each. I've clocked in like thousands of hours on PlayStation version, let alone the PC version, which have hundreds of hours. And I've been playing Storm since Storm 2 back in like 2011. So I know my stuff when it comes to Storm. As a player of my status, there is going to be bias towards characters from my own previous experience, and I'm going to try and also include characters that have you know, good statistics that I've seen in competitive, like characters that succeed more than others, for example. But as top players make this, they are going to have a somewhat bias. Like, if Playco Armboy made his own tier list without anybody else's like say in the matter, I can actually probably statistically say that he himself would put Sarada, or would think to put Sarada, a lot higher on a tier list than a lot of other people would. Because he is the only person I actually see religiously using Sarada these days in FT10s and FT5s, or even in tournament setting. Where the other people, where he would put Sarada, other people might put Rene Sasuke there, or Pain, or maybe even Rasa, a character that we've only discovered was good about 2 years ago. I think tier lists aren't something that should be factual. I think it's a topic for discussion, and it can bring about conversation, but it should never be the end-all be-all of what is a competitive structure to a fighting game. Ever. It doesn't exist. A good tier list doesn't exist. At all. You guys are going to watch this video, and you are going to heavily disagree and come at me in the comments for what I'm about to say in my tier list. But I don't care, because my tier list is no different from all of the hundreds of tier lists that were made before this one. So, say what you want, but I don't care. I'm doing this to please my members. I have more opinions and everything on the matter when it comes to tier lists and how useless they are, but we're going to be here all day. But that's just some things I wanted to get off my chest about it. I mean, even that there, you guys are going to disagree with, or maybe even agree with me. But anyways, to agree to disagree, or however the saying goes, let's move on to the tier list. Now, as you can see here, I'm actually recording myself doing it live, just putting all the pieces together, and I've actually sped it up. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually show you a picture of the tier list at the end of this little voice clip segment I'm doing here. But I just wanted to go over a couple of things as well before I go over the finalization of it. Like I said at the beginning, as a player who's had a lot of years and a lot of experience in this game, a lot of it is going to be from my own experience, from what I've seen in competitive sets, like excluding myself and including myself. And obviously, I'm going to have general biases because I'm very good with characters like Ino and Jiraiya. I would typically place the likes of Ino and Jiraiya probably higher than what a lot of you would. Another thing, this is going to be a very controversial list. Remember, every list that has happened, you have all forgotten about, and you do not remember the set tiers that some characters would be in that other people have posted because you simply have not agreed with, and it's happened a long time ago since those lists have been posted. So the reality is that you're going to look at this list, you're going to see the characters, you're going to agree with some, you're going to heavily disagree with some others, and you're going to tell me about it, and then by next week you're going to completely forget. And another disclaimer as well, I feel like I really shouldn't have to say this, but this is the internet. Some of you are questionable people. Don't take this seriously. It is a tier list. It is, like I said at the beginning, this is more of a discussion topic than, something to call someone stupid over or to get your emotions and your feelings involved. I'm talking from my experience and my opinion. I'm not saying that this list is fact. I'm not calling it the gospel. I'm literally just saying my opinion on what this tier list is, because all tier lists are opinions, none of them are stated as fact. And let's be real, maybe next year's me could place this tier list completely different. I mean, well, connections will be out by then, and I'm sure it will be different. But regardless, I reckon if last year's me did a tier list, it would probably look somewhat different. Some of the B tiers could have been in A tier, some of the A tiers could have been B, some of the Bs could have been in Cs, for all I know. But with the 7 or 8 years of time that we've had Storm 4 now, this is my tier list. This is my final opinion on what this tier list is. Anyways, with all that out of the way, I'm now going to go through this tier list. I'm going to put the picture up on the screen, and I'm going to talk my way through from the bottom of the tier list going through to the top. I hope you guys enjoy. And remember, don't take this one too seriously. It's just a list. It's just an opinion. Okay, starting with D tier, and I actually want to just say that like the order in which the characters are in right now, so you can see that Hanabi is before like Zabuza, then Naruto, then Haku. Like, to be honest, like I said earlier, I feel like a year ago's me might have placed this a little differently. So, with the particular positioning of certain characters, try not to take them too seriously, because yeah, it's not really that deep, and these are see if it is more of a fluid thing, like a fluid thing. It's not station. Like next week, I could probably think of it differently. And with connections coming out soon this year, like this tier list ain't gonna have a long lifespan on it. Anyways, so Hanabi, Zabuza, Sage Naruto, and Haku are going to be in D tier. The reason why this is because I just personally feel like they don't bring a lot to the table. Hanabi is an individual. Her main good use is that she's a strike back and she's got a decent jutsu with good stun on it. That's literally it. Nobody uses her for her combos. She has no infinites. Her awakening isn't very memorable. Her tilt is not even viable to throw out. It's very unsafe if it whiffs. And her grab, again, you don't get anything out of it after. Very short range, comes out quick, but again, no use in throwing it out. So when you have a character like this who only has a jutsu and a strike back, why pick her when you have other better strike back and jutsu characters? So she goes straight into D tier. Again, Zabuza, strike back character, so him and Hanabi can be at the top of D, but again, he's got no infinites. He's got a decent tilt, like he's got a nice tilt. Jutsu is pretty like average for a water dragon, nothing too memorable. Again, one with Jutsu, visual effects are looking nice, nothing too memorable though. Other than that, Zabuza's pretty average. You don't see people picking him that comfortably. For me, it's a D tier. I know some of you would say C tier. I mean, C and D, they're very fluid states. It's not really that deep. It's whatever. Sage Naruto, again, he's got the Rasengan Barrage, which is nice, but the range on it in the air isn't that great. Not amazing. Don't rate it. Again, tilt, very good at stopping approach, but you can't follow up with it. It gets interrupted. You're both resetting to the neutral. Grab's got decent range, I suppose, but again, comes out a little slowly. Combos just feel really clunky. The character just feels quite clunky in general. Haku, I actually put at the very bottom. Again, this is probably subject to change, fluidity, and all that. Haku just feels really clunky as a character. He's got a really good tilt. Jutsu, if you hit it, has a really nice setup on it. But again, in realistic scenarios, with the amount of switch check and the amount of stuff that we do and a lot of maneuverability that we have, Haku ain't hitting that Jutsu. He's not hitting that Jutsu. The tilt hits grounded, which is good, and good damage on the tilt. Like, I rate Haku, decent character, but again, he has an infinite, can do combo to UJ, I suppose. Well, the infinite is kind of more, it leads into like a juggle. Again, not about Haku. It's, yeah, just a meh character. Solid D tier for me. Anyways, moving on to the C tier. Toby, yeah, I'd say top of C tier. Pretty good with the jutsu and everything. Got Fuma Shuriken. IC1 has good pressure on it. And the Awakening has some very good gimmicks to it as well. Quite like it. Chio, I don't really rate Chio that high out of all the puppets. I think she is probably statistically the weakest puppet. However, the likes of like God's Wielder is a good, well-known player with Chio. They managed to show Chio is actually quite strong. However, personally, I just don't see it that all that well. As somebody who enjoys fighting puppets and dismantling them quite easily, because I know how to personally counter them, Chio doesn't really pose a threat. But she's still quite high in the C tier because she's got quite a strong jutsu. And I think all the PTSD of the button locks that her moveset used to give me back in the older games is probably still within me. So I praise her high C, I suppose. Obviously, that's got nothing to do with her Storm 4, but again, her her Awakening is somewhat decent. It's not too bad. Tsunade, put in C, again, combos are very lackluster. She does have an infinite as long as it lands on smaller characters. I got a whole video about me and her infinite. It's a whole story if you want to go ahead and check that out somewhere on the channel. But yeah, again, Tsunade, she got a grab that does go into strike back, which is nice. Jutsu's quite strong. However, it can be interrupted by any projectile or shuriken or whatever, so it's quite weak in that regard. And again, tilt, you don't want to throw out. Awakening is somewhat good, somewhat decent, but other than that, yeah, Tsunade is a pretty average character at best. And then you have Sarutobi Hiruzen. Yeah, he's alright. He's got a decent range on his tilt. The full tilt grounds them, but if you switch after the second hit, transition into the third hit, you get a little lock where it can transfer into like a conversion into a next combo. If you pick the Fireball on Hiruzen, it actually comes out very fast, so you always pick Fireball over the Dragon Flame Bombs. His Dragon Flame Bomb has actually been nerfed in this game. In previous games, the fire that actually spews from his mouth had a hitbox of his own. It no longer does in this game, so Fireball is now the optimal one to pick for Hiruzen. But again, who cares? No one really picks him. He's such a low tier character. He hasn't really got like any infinites or anything. His Awakening isn't very memorable either. He's not really someone that people think of as a go-to pick when trying to pick characters in the character select. PTS Hinata got really nice jail, good little infinite in her down combo, whatever, with like the little whiffing tech or whatever that you can forcefully do. Jutsu, not very good. You can use it as like a pressure or approach, but you don't see that Jutsu hitting very much. Grab, very useless to throw out as well. Tilt, very useless to throw out. Kind of like Hanabi. The only reason she's in C is because she has the jail and the combo to UJ. She can apply pressure on block with her AC1. Other than that, that's what makes her useful, to be honest. Not much else about her. Obito, he's quite fast, got really nice tilt. Again, good grab as well, really fast, comes out at a decent length as well. Other than that, yeah, he's got a combo to UJ. You can convert into like sort of like an infinite juggle combo. But other than that, he's got a somewhat decent Awakening. Again, not a very memorable character. PTS Rock Lee would have been higher if this was 2016. Probably would have put him in like low A, probably high B. But then again, they nerfed it so that he no longer gels. So as he doesn't gel, he feels very clunky and very like rigid now. Not as smooth as what he used to feel in the older games. So with that, and he does actually have the issue where people can actually block his final hit of the air combo. So because of that, over the years, PTS Lee has been harmed really badly. So he's gonna be sitting in the C tier, and he also has that issue where the Jutsu takes a lot of chakra. So with the only 2 hits and that little Taijutsu Leaf Hurricane he does, yeah, he's just not a character that's worth picking. You don't see people voluntarily choose him anymore. PTS Kakashi, again, he's somewhere around that threshold of Obito and Lee. none are particular better than the other. They're all about the same. Kakashi can obviously just hit his tilt grounded. So if you're grounded, he can hit his tilt while you're on the ground. He can actually charge his jutsu and go back and forth. And he has an infinite in his up combo. Other than that, he's a pretty standard character. Nothing really to write home about. His awakening, his Chidori can actually go up in the air. That was crazy. I remember finding out in the stream. I was insanely surprised. But other than that, again, PTS Kakashi isn't really something that like people will go to pick very quickly. Not a very memorable character, not a very memorable awakening or anything like that. Kimimaro, to be honest, actually looking at this picture, I probably should have placed Kimimaro a little higher than the others, probably near like where Chio and Toby is. Purely for the fact of, again, this is why I say fluidity and not to take like the actual individual positionings like serious, because Kimimaro is actually I actually deem quite high in C tier. The reason why I put him in C tier is because his jutsu's actually got quite a slow startup. It's good, but like if the startup was faster, I'd actually put him in B. To be honest, yeah, no, mentally now I'm thinking about it, he is 100% high C. Because his jutsu you can cancel it and it will lock. There's actually some tech with his jutsu. While he has no infinites in his combos are quick. His neutral combo is one of the fastest neutral combos in the game. So if people subs are coming back, you can try and bash out a quick combo and get the damage in at a very quick rate. Again, the jutsu is just makes him a really good team player, and also his chakra bones, not chakra kunai, but his chakra bones, so his triangle square, actually does provide enough stun for you to continue the combo. So instead of chakra dashing your combos, the idea would be to do a few hits, chakra bones, and then continue the rest of the combo. That makes him quite steady. But other than that, pretty standard character. He's not picked anywhere near as much as what he used to be back in Generations when he was meta back then, because of just how Storm 4 is generally played. There's a lot of styles and gameplay that now counters Kimimaro. He is now basically forgotten, I suppose, which is probably why I put him in the middle of C. But nah, mentally, I do put him high C. Sakura, she's only good for her jutsu. Really good jutsu, really good pressure. You're getting some good guard breaks out of it. Invincibility frames on the startup, much better than Tsunade's, that was mentioned earlier. Again, I actually don't know why I have Sakura lower than Tsunade. Again, it's just one of those things where like it's a fluidity thing. At different states, I'm thinking different things. But now that I'm talking, I would put Sakura higher than Tsunade. So again, don't take this individual one too seriously. She is a better version of Tsunade. Awakening's decent, I suppose, but other than that, she's got no infinites in her combos. Her grab isn't really something you want to throw out either, and the tilt is a decent approach tool, but can be interrupted quite easily. What with all the buffers that we have going on in this game now. Jiroba, when I was actually making this, I actually put him in D tier, but then I realized with the infinite he has and like some of the actual like tech you can do by switching, I mean, call it tech or glitches or whatever you want, he is actually somewhat decent. His grab actually takes absorbs chakra. It's not a lot, it's a very small amount, but he just has these small gimmicks that I think deserves to put him in C. Jutsu's very lackluster, not great. Kind of reminds me of like Jugo's but at a slower rate, or like, I don't know, RTB Sarada's. But, you know, can't be cancelled either, so that's kind of a pain. But other than that, he's alright. Kurama Lakebound Naruto, again, the jutsu that comes with him isn't great. Obviously, you can change it to Rasengan to improve him, but again, his combos aren't great. No infinites or anything. He's just not doing a lot. Awakening isn't great. Not a very memorable character. Not worth picking. Conan, I actually love Conan. I have a lot of love for her, but I think realistically, she is just a standard mid C tier character. Her tilt is amazing. Her tilt is something you definitely want to throw out. But her combos, even though they got sped up in Storm 4, because she was so slow in previous games, even though they're sped up, they have no range. Like the range on her combos is awful, real bad. There's so many times I'm just crying over that. So yeah, you don't want that. Also, sexy FPS version on Storm 4, she actually like has it so if she's comboing the characters, they can actually block. So it's a pain. So on PC version, she's even worse. So decent jutsu though. Jutsu actually provides nice distance, munches the guard a little bit as well if you combine it and layer it with other things. However, the jutsu on block can be inconsistent. It can just do one hit and the opponent can escape from it. It's not very good. She has no infinites or anything. Her combos are very basic. Her awakening, however, is actually quite good for running away and keeping distance. However, the combos do not connect. There is no consistency with the combos in that awakening. So Conan isn't really a character that you see picked often because she doesn't have a lot of fun things to offer. You have to pick her in a well-made team. Kidomaru, I actually think he's a pretty good character. I know RJ is going to disagree with this position with him being in C, but again, just other than his air square combo, which I think is really good, he hasn't really got a lot going on. He's only got the 3 hits in his ICs. Jitsu is actually really decent. Tilt is a good escape mechanic. Again, the Awakening, not very memorable, and not something that people would use. I probably, thinking about it and talking about it, would place him higher than C. I'd place him higher than Tsunade, higher than Horizon. But yeah, man, he's just not an optimal character. When you think about square characters, Deidara, Mizukage, like 10-10, I'd actually pick all of those over him easily. I think out of all the square characters, he's probably one of the worst, unfortunately. Sage, Six Paths Naruto, he ain't great. His tilt can get countered and knock him back. His grab just grounds the enemy. His standard jutsu isn't amazing, so you have to switch it to like a Rasengan or something. He's a strike back, which is pretty good, but again, he has a big obnoxious Kurama Awakening mode that can just get countered easily if you just sub and mash. He's just another one of those characters. It's just pointless picking him. He can't gel. His infinite isn't. He hasn't got a proper infinite. It's just one of those things where there's just no point in picking him when you have Tail Beast from Naruto or Naruto the Last. Jugo, to be honest, I was very close in putting Jugo indeed. The only reason I didn't is because he's got Fuma Shuriken and his Jutsu can do some mad damage on block. And also that long range grab. The grab's actually decent to throw out in certain scenarios, especially if you're very good with buffering and Twitch tech. Other than that, though, Jugo isn't a very good character to pick. I would probably put him lower in C, actually, now thinking about it. Again, he is someone that would balance between. He's like teetering between C and D. Jugo's just not that all that, Tamari, yeah, like low C, no good combos or infinites. Her jutsu's very good at creating space and carrying the opponent away. It's okay on block and actually keeps the opponent in place for pressure. And the tilt is actually very good with the hitbox. Tilt actually has a very misleading hitbox, and her grab's got quite a lot of height in it. So I guess realistically, I'd move her a little higher in C. But again, solid C tier character overall. Moo. Now, a lot of people think he's D tier, and I know some people like RJ and E actually think he's the worst character in the game. But for me personally, I actually think he's actually somewhat decent. I mean, again, this is like a me thing, a bias thing. I'm actually really good at hitting his tilts and his jutsus consistently. So to me, he's actually like a solid C tier. I can actually do pressure if his AC hits as well. He isn't too bad. I don't throw it out too much with him though, but I actually can get some really good wins with him. I've actually beaten some really like high skilled players with Moo before. I actually don't think he's that bad of a character as some people make him out to be. I actually personally think people just need to put more time into him. But hey, this is Poison Okami's serious. This is Poison Okami's experience, right? PTS Sasuke. Now I put both on there because if you select one or the other, like the one on the left there, it comes with Fireball, and the one with him and his hands in his face there actually comes with the Chidori. I actually find the Fireball to be better than the Chidori because the Chidori, he does a backflip then runs out. I guess it could be. It's theorized that that little Chidori could be used as an escape mechanic out of combos. But regardless, this Sasuke isn't great. He isn't all that safe on block. He's got a good mash, and his mash actually comes out of very fast frames. And he's got some tech in his air combo where he can do a nice little reset if you throw a Fuma Shuriken. But other than that, PTS Sasuke isn't really a character to write home about. His awakening isn't that great. He's got a very basic and bland Taijutsu based moveset, not a lot of jutsus and not a lot of flash going on. No infinites or anything like that. No reason to throw out the tilt and no reason to throw out the grab. It's just another standard character, quite similar to Hanabi actually. Okay, right. If you're still with me, we are now getting into the B tier. I guess I'll start from the bottom of B tier and I'll work my way up because we're now going to be talking about characters and now I want to talk about the lowest going up to the highest. Again, B is quite fluid, but some characters in B are better than others. This is where now there are actual like character skill gaps. Not all of them. I think when it gets to the middle onwards, that's when it gets big. Anyways, Taka Sasuke, I'm going to put at the bottom of B. He isn't really used very much because his tilt is useless throughout. Grab is decent range, but again, grounds the enemy. What's the point? It's just good for confirming damage and resetting neutral. His combos are very similar to Kirin Sasuke's, but he doesn't have guaranteed or safe infinites to save resources, so it's not worth it. It comes with the Chidori, and the Chidori is a very strong jutsu. But again, he has the awakening mode, which just gets overshadowed by other awakenings. He's not a very memorable character. He's very standard. He can't actually do any pressure on block, like he hasn't got any gels or anything, which is probably what hurts him the most. I feel like if he had a gel, he might be a little higher in B tier, but Yeah, why pick him when you have Kirin Sasuke, right? Sasori. Now, I know a lot of you are going to kill me for this one because Sasori is probably known to be the best puppet, or maybe at least contending with one of the Kankuros. I personally don't rate Sasori with the one puppet and everything. Yes, when he has two strike backs on the team, he is a menace. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm someone who actually finds fighting puppets ease now. I don't actually have any issues with fighting puppets these days. They're very easily dismantled if you know how to fight and abuse them. And as I am someone like that, puppets aren't actually an issue to me anymore. I don't see them as a threat. So I actually do appreciate Sasori and what he can do with strike backs, with landing the grabs and the tilts and the poison. It's a lot of damage with the back-to-back strike backs. He's amazing with it. And the jutsus and the grabs is amazing. But I can't rate Sasori as high as some of you would. As an experienced player, he isn't a threat to me. And you may see this as a recurring theme with some other characters in the list, that they just aren't threats to me. And that's just me. PTS Neji, to be honest, I was debating putting him in C tier, but the only thing that saves him is the consistency and the gel in his combos. Other than that, he's got a terrible jutsu, bad tilt, bad grab. I think it's just a consistency in his jutsu, but that's why he's low B, because this man is literally teetering between B and C. He ain't great. Kushina, really good IC 1 and 2. Honestly, that could interrupt a chakra dash. She's got an infinite in her down combo, which is good. Really good placement in her tilt. So she's good at controlling space, and her jutsu actually hits a lot faster. Probably, now talking about it, might actually place her a little higher up in the list. I'd say maybe more middle B tier than lower B tier. But again, she's there because she feels quite clunky. She's quite a clunky feel to cancelling out. I don't like how long it takes her to cancel out of her strings. Like the end of an actual animation is too long for her. Her animations are too drawn out. Cancelling with her just feels kind of nasty sometimes. And at certain camera angles, when you want to do the ninja move pill infinite, it's not always fluid. Or it's not always like going in the direction you want it to. She's just a character that suffers in that regard. However, decent awakening, decent character overall. She is a solid B tier. Double Genku Sharingan Kakashi. Yeah, again, solid B tier character, decent tilt that can pretty much eat anything projectile. It's like a slightly nerfed version of Momoshiki's tilt, I guess you could say. The default jutsu, the Raikiri, is awful, so you got to change it up to a different jutsu, maybe like a fireball or something. He has some tech with his up combo where you can delay it and actually create an infinite out of it, which is pretty funny, which is what puts him in B tier for me. Probably higher than what it already is, actually. Grab is okay, comes out pretty fast, but it grounds the opponent, so it's good for resetting neutral. And the awakening isn't too bad either. It's just another seasonal. So, Blue Power Ranger and all that. Shout out to Kakashi. 1010. So 1010's in B. I know a lot of people would probably put her in C or D, but again, I have a lot of personal experience with 1010 playing her over the years, and I actually personally think she's a lot stronger than what she is, especially in Storm 4. In Storm 4, I feel like she's pretty strong with switching. Doing her air combo and then switching as she does the last hit, she catches a lot of people off guard with the final hits of her like spiky balls that she summons out of her scroll, because a lot of people don't expect it and the animations for it drag out. So she's a very good team player. Again, she's got a long range grab, which is very good because it comes out quickly and it's a lingering hitbox. The hitbox in the grab lasts a long time. It goes as soon as it is casted out to its fullest extent, it is active and is active all the way until it returns back to her hand. So I've caught this so many times with people trying to chakra dash me when I randomly throw it out in the neutral game. She is a trickster. She's also very good because she can cancel her jutsu. So you can do a C dash and then jutsu on block. It costs a lot of chakra, but you are munching guards. And when the jutsus do hit, it does a lot of damage and also sends the enemy up in the air. If you place yourself around the jutsu, you can control the space and have them get hit by the jutsu over and over again. Overall, I think 1010 is an amazing character. She can get strike back off of her air combo as well. So she's just a very standard, great character to use. Love, love, love playing 1010. But again, mid to low B tier, like realistically in competitive settings, you're not going to see her that much. She's just a very niche character. But if you know how to beat her, then yeah, she ain't going to be that threatening. Awakening isn't that great either. Suigetsu's just a low B tier. I'm sure some people put him in C tier, and to be honest, I wouldn't argue that. He's got an infinite, but again, only works on certain characters. His water dragon is pretty standard. It's not amazing. He can't hit it all the time. He has got some tech with his tilt, as shown by Windy Sensei. Windy Sensei is probably the reason why I put him in like B. Probably I'd say more mid B, like maybe a little higher than where he actually is. But again, good awakening, but grab's actually good because you get strike back off of it. but he's got no jail or no actual proper guard pressure. It's always good to do his up combo and block, but he's quite slow. His first hit can get overshadowed by many other characters' first hit, so he gets interrupted quite easily. And the tilt is probably one of the worst tilts in the game. And as a tilt master, I love throwing out tilts, but Suigetsu just ain't the one for that. However, Suigetsu is a fun character to play. PTS Choji. PTS Choji is okay. He's pretty standard. I think the reason why he's there in B, I did have him in C when I was making it, but I placed him higher purely just because of the dash cut. You're gonna find that a lot of dash cuts are actually scattered around, and the reason why they're as high as they are is just the dash cut on them. However, he does have he is safe on block as well. His combo animations are extremely slow, so it's easy to lose the character, or sorry, lose the opponent during combo strings or during pressure on guard. He does have an infinite. He does have a combo to UJ. His jutsu is not worth throwing out because it comes out so slowly. It's easy to avoid. However, it does have a cutscene, which is nice, which is confirmed damage on hit. But again, you're not hitting it very much because of how slow and predictable it is. He does have this nice tech where in the neutral game, you can actually jump and throw shurikens towards the opponent. And like 9 times out of 10, you can get guaranteed combo and block off of it. So that's like guaranteed card pressure from the neutral game going into the close game. Other than that, Choji, it just hasn't got a lot to offer other than being that decent team player and being a dash cut. Roshi being a decent strike back character with the fireball as well as an air fireball, which is good. But other than that, he hasn't got any proper infinites. I believe he does have a combo to UJ, but again, it's just not a memorable moveset to use. I do pick him just for the air fireball and the strike back a lot of the time and the tilt that can control the neutral, but the tilt recovery frames are so bad and so slow, a lot slower than Kushina's actually. You do have to leader switch to then walk around it as well or play around it defensively. You cannot stay as Roshi, so Roshi is forcing you to use resources all the time, which is why he's so low down in B tier. But again, I don't diss him as a character. I think he's actually kind of decent. RTB Sarada is obviously like, this is like the worst out of the 2 Saradas that are playable. This is like the forgotten Sarada that no one really cares about because you got the other Sarada, which is way better. IC2 is just like the nerfed version of the other Saradas IC2. Other than that, Jutsu's pretty mid. You can cancel it, which is decent, I guess. Tilt is kind of good to approach with, and you can land like the combo of the tilt a lot of the time, I suppose, depending on the enemy. But other than that, yeah, Grab isn't worth throwing out, and the Awakening isn't very memorable. Just a very average character. To be honest, like a lot of these characters do fit the description I just said, like very average. Some of it not being very memorable or not worth using if there is something or someone better, which is why they're there. So again, Aruka's got like a decent first hit. However, he's got a nice infinite. He's actually got 2 combos to UJ and 1 infinite in his neutral. That's like guaranteed. Other than that, though, very good jutsu with spacing. As long as you have a good measurement of spacing, which I do, you definitely want to use that jutsu. Is very good at, as offense and defense. So I guess for me personally, as Poison Okami, I'd probably put him a little higher. But on a realistic standpoint, I think he does belong somewhere around about there in the B tier. Ultimate Jutsu isn't anything like too fancy, you know, is you can hit it in your grab, hit it in your combo, and then you got Awakening mode, which isn't anything too great either. Shurikens and Chakra Shurikens are just pretty bad. You just don't bother throwing them out. It's just not amazing. Standard B tier character overall for Iruka. PTS Kiba, I think he's great. I actually have a lot of fun playing him. He does have a gel, however, it doesn't work on the larger characters. His gel only works in smaller sized characters, so his matchups is very particular. However, I actually learned recently that his tilt is actually very strong. Akamaru, if you do throw it out, Akamaru completes the mission until he completes it. When you throw out the hand, even if you get interrupted by a shuriken and you're caught in a combo, Akamaru will come to try and save you. He is actually a really funny character in that regard. Other than that, though, grab is okay, not too bad. It just grounds the opponent, resets to neutral. Omajutsu is a funny gimmick where it actually has 2 hits attached to it. So if they block 1 hit or they sub 1 hit, they actually got to block and sub again because there is another hit amongst all that smoke. So you want to be careful. The Jutsu is actually very unpredictable, and you can land at close range and get the cutscene and the hit confirm and the damage confirm. Other than that, though, he hasn't got a lot else going for him. I believe he does have an infinite in his up combo, but again, it's a very particular one. You got to be very precise and quick when landing it. Awakening isn't anything special either. Great Ninja War Toby, good character. However, doesn't have great guard pressure. You have to literally do IC1 guard pressure or IC2 hollow step guard pressure, which is very precise input. Something that we can't always have to think about when we're in a high stakes or fast paced match. Very good Jutsu. Jutsu is very good at controlling the neutral game, controlling the space. Grab is nice. It's a nice little lingering grab. The length of it is kind of deceiving though. And the tilt is very good as a passive ability, but again, does leave you open, forcing you to switch characters a lot. So you don't really want to be playing this Toby quite a lot. However, his awakening is pretty decent with the fireballs. It does lay on some good pressure. Sadly, they don't do any damage on block, but it does do block damage. So, it's kind of cool. I'd say he's a solid B tier character personally. I think some people would actually play some higher B, but that's just my experience with him right there. Karin, now she's a funny one. I do think maybe she could be a little higher in B because her jutsu, although it does produce damage and the debuffs on top of the damage, and those debuffs are actually very considerable amounts as well. Like the amount of debuffs that she gives and the velocity of those debuffs are actually quite high. I just feel like she isn't a character that gets picked. She's got a very good IC1. She's got no infinites. Her down combo misleads you into thinking that you can land a combo if you keep mashing, but you don't, so people get left open after doing the down combo. But her grab actually comes up pretty fast. It does strike back after the grab. Air combos do a lot of damage. She is a heavy hitting character, real heavy hitter. But if that air combo gets blocked, you are floating in the air for 10 years and you will get punished to high hell. So again, a character that you have to play very carefully and cautiously with you. A lot of my EU players that were very quick, fluid players, Karin just isn't basically the one. She has to be played in a very careful manner, which is like respectable. But again, Karin, yeah, she's okay. Very good awakening though. Awakening jutsu literally just snipes you across the map. Does like a burst amount of damage with a couple of debuffs at a time. But yeah, very standard. Mifune. Now, I say Mifune is about here in B. It's just somewhat realistic, I suppose. To be honest, looking at the picture, I'd probably put him a little higher than where he is right now. Again, I put him this high up because the likes of E is actually showing off how good Mifune can be. Mifune is very good escape artist, getting out of combos and such. You got a very fast and unpredictable jutsu in the mid to close range as well. The jutsu is also very good escape mechanic if used long range wise and with leader switching. So there's actually like a lot of tendencies and a lot of intricacies with his kit in terms of his jutsu and his tilt right there as it is. His grab actually has a very strange and stupid tech where he can just mash after the grab and he can land a combo after it. And his awakening is actually quite strong with the awakening actions. It actually allows him to get in close and provide a lot of close range pressure, which makes him a really good team player and a good asset to the team. So yeah, thinking about it, I would probably play some higher B tier actually. Hidan. Yeah, Hidan, I wouldn't really place above Mifune. He's got an infinite if you slow down the input, which I don't like. I don't like that you actually have to slow down a circle input for the infinite to work. I think you should just be able to mash the button and cancel and then just get the infinite. Thinking about Hidan makes me tired. Anyways, yeah, Hidan, very just solid B tier character. His awakening's got a funny gimmick where if you trap them in the circle and you stab yourself, then you can take away their health at long periods of time, which I love that. But again, how often is that being landed? Not very often. It's not a very consistent thing that you see. So I'm not gonna lie, personally, I just don't see him being all that amazing. Other than that, he's alright, not too bad. His jutsu's alright. It was a lot better in Generations, but it's okay now. War Obito without the mask. Yeah, he's a solid B tier. He has an infinite in his down and neutral combo, but you have to be precise with the down combo, so it's easier to do the neutral. However, the neutral, you gotta land it with a hollow step. Jutsu's pretty good. If you combine it with Shuriken at a fast enough pace, you can actually manipulate your opponent's block on their wake up, but it's not always the case. Other than that, he's got a very good tilt that controls the neutral and control space. And his air combo, if subbed by the enemy at the right time, can actually trap them back into the combo. He's one of those characters. But other than that, yeah, War Obito, he hasn't really got anything too special going on with him. He's pretty standard. The Borutos I've actually all put together. They're all actually quite, in my opinion, quite similar. Some are obviously better than others, but like I haven't really got a lot to say on them. Like, yeah, some of them have like combo to UJ and stuff. The tilts are like they hit every now and then. They all kind of just blend into one for me. Barto, I don't think he's a bad character, but I don't think he's the best. And when it comes to strike backs, I can think of several strike backs to pick over him. So again, to me, he's very forgettable, and I'm just leaving him in B standard. Rin Nohara. I actually think she's a pretty cool character. Great tilt, really good tilt at controlling space. It hits multiple times as well, so it's a nice defensive one for her. So if the opponent doesn't have chakra or support resources to jutsu you, you can actually just lay out a tilt and force them to either waste their subs or get hit by this thing over and over again. It's amazing. Her jutsu is very deceitful. It's a rolling log that comes very slowly, does a lot of damage on hit, and does knockback. So we love that. Grab isn't okay, it's alright, and then her awakening is the Three Tails Isobu, which is pretty cool. Again, we know from Yagura that Isobu is quite strong, a lot of stuff going on with that, a lot of guard pressure in that awakening. So, and I really gotta love the little cinematic thing that she has in her awakening with the rain pouring down. Love that. That's so cool. To be honest, yeah, just sort of B tier character. She hasn't got any guard pressure, but with some C dash tech, you can make her work. Then you have Sage Kabuto. So Sage Kabuto, he's all right. He's not bad. Or Hood Kabuto, I guess you can call him. He has an infinite in his neutral combo, which is nice and easy. And then his his tilt is a nice little like poison thing that you throw out, where he lays out like a little row of poison around him. Really like that. It's a nice defensive thing to do, or just nice little thing to throw out in the neutral to keep the space between your opponent. Obviously, it floors them on hit and poisons them, which I love. So you can't really convert off it, sadly, but it's just more of a defensive tool. His jutsu isn't very good. It's not hitting very much, but other than that, yeah, he's got like a standard awakening. Again, not very memorable, but it's mainly just the poison ability, the item set, and the item set isn't something I've talked about much, but yeah, the item set is very good for him. And yeah, just things like that, and the combo to awakening. It's just what it is. Mitsuki, yeah, he's a funny one. You could put him like higher on the list, but he has an infinite that is actually inconsistent and can drop and actually ruin your games. So you don't want that. However, the jutsu is pretty good and the grab's got a decent range. However, the grab is very slow coming back. Like the recovery on the grab is like extremely long, makes him a little scary to throw it with. However, awakening is really good, really nice awakening actions. He's actually a solid character overall. He could actually probably be placed a little higher in B tier. I like Mitsuki. He's great. 5 Kage Summit Sasuke. Man, look at this guy. Yeah, okay. Decent icy one, I suppose. Obviously you can juggle into his up combo. You can juggle it back to back. And then if you juggle them against a wall and you have them flat against the wall or in a corner, you can actually do the up combo and ninja move into a UJ. But if you don't have that wall advantage or anything, you can actually just do the up combo and then cancel before the final hit. Ninja move backwards into a team UJ and you can land a team UJ off of it, so that's pretty good. It actually provides really good pressure. His tilt, it actually hits more than you'd expect. It's not something you should throw out a lot though. His grab is a nice little hitbox on it as well. And the awakening is pretty cool on it too. But other than that, though, standard character, you don't want to pick the Inferno style with them. You want to replace it with either Chidori or Fireball. But he's just very quick, very good with the pressure, and very nice and quick on cancels. This is why he's so high up, is because he cancels a lot better than some of the other characters, like Kashina, for example. And then the likes of Kinshiki, I think his tilt is holding him back, to be honest. Everything else is decent. Like he has an infinite and his up combo tech is really good. His jutsu has a really massive hitbox. His downsides are tilt is really bad and he has a really wide hitbox, so he can't ninja move sidestep fireballs as easily as other characters, which gives him a major disadvantage in the neutral game compared to a lot of characters. So that really hurts him real bad. Again, he has a really good awakening, but it's not too memorable. Like there's awakenings I would rather pick over that, so he is just sitting comfy in B tier. Jiraiya. Oh my god, Jiraiya the Gallant. Love this guy, dude. Okay, personally, I would love to place him higher, but like I know realistically he shouldn't be, because although I'm good with him, like in a standard sense, like I can appreciate that not everyone can play him the way I do. So he's got very good AC1. AC1 is a very existent hitbox. IC1's actually kind of decent too. He has combo routes with his IC1, AC1 mix-ups. He's just basically a mix-up character, so nothing is always like guaranteed with him. As I'm someone who plays to gamble, like I gamble a lot, Dryer actually fixes that gambling addiction that I have in the game for me, and I love it. Really powerful awakening. In my opinion, one of the best awakenings in the game, low key. Like his IC1 just comes out halfway across the stage, insane. And it comes out at very fast speed as well. And he has two really good awakening abilities as well. Those awakening abilities are not to be trifled with. It makes him very strong, lots of pressure. His jutsu as well is really strong, really good like coverage of the space, and his Rasengan as well. Oh my god, the Rasengan is really good as well. Really good tracking, really good damage. The only problem is that you cannot cancel it and it has low range. But yeah, awakening jutsu, like I said, really good coverage. He's got the AC1 combo tech. If you guys want to know more about Dry, literally check out my guide for him and you can see why I love him so much. But again, comboing on block, people can just ninja move out of his combos on block, which makes him severely weak. Which means his guard pressure is false and is not true. As badass as it looks and as threatening as it looks, the guard pressure can be escaped from, which really does hurt him massively. His tilt comes out really slowly, so it's not something I can throw out very much. So his main uses is his IC1, AC1 combos. Down combo does a lot of damage and forces into like a certain cutscene. And yeah, jutsu and stuff, but that's pretty much about it. Oh yeah, and he has a Fuma Shuriken as well. Almost forgot about that. Fuma Shurikens are good on block. PTS Shikamaru, very good gel, has two combo to infinites and stuff, like combo to UJs as well. Tilt is a really good one to throw out in the neutral game. The amount of people that can dash into that first kick and get hit, and you can carry on with the tilt and not get interrupted, I love it. The hitboxes are just right on PTS Shikamaru. He's got a very low chakra costing jutsu that actually does decent damage if it hits, and also in some cases can do strike back. He's just got a very like good diverse moveset. He's actually got a lingering hitbox on that grab. It actually lingers like a lot longer than the animation looks. So I love that about PTS Shikamaru. He is definitely a worthy pick on the team. But again, when doing the gel, if you're inconsistent on the inputs, they can just slide out of it. So that is down to the player, of course. He isn't obviously with a small like character build, that means his hitbox is a lot smaller, like his range of his combos is a lot smaller, so he is just gonna be about mid B tier. Yagura is actually pretty good. I actually like Yagura quite a lot. I actually do rate him. However, he's got no infinites, which is quite like a pain in the ass as well. Jutsu is like a Haku's Jutsu, but a little bit stronger. But again, it's not hitting very much. Tilt is a very good defensive tool, and it comes out very fast. Very good recovery on it, so you can use the tilt over and over again. And then he's obviously got a 3 Tails Awakening, the Isobu, which is very good guard munching. But other than that, yeah, standard character. I quite like Yagura quite a lot. So this Killer Bee is the one with the Samehara, so a lot weaker than the other Killer Bee. So he's about B tier because the IC1, IC2 are extremely strong. I appreciate those. And so the air combo is still the same, so that's pretty good. However, the combos and the tilt, not as good. And the default jutsu with this character isn't great, so you have to pick him first to pick the good jutsu. So yeah, again, those issues make him a B tier. Fu is a great character. Strong awakening. The awakening isn't as strong now as what it was in Storm 3, so I guess that hurts her quite a bit. But yeah, no, she is quite impactful. She does have an infinite as well, but it's got to be a hollow step infinite or a ninja move pill cancel. But she can ninja move into a UJ, of course. Really good tilt to throw out in the neutral game, and also provides damage and debuffs. It's kind of like a little Karin jutsu that moves, obviously, so that's nice. But a lot of the time you do find yourself switching off the character to remain safe. So again, she's someone that has to make you use resources. Jutsu isn't amazing unless you run with it and force it to hit, so it's not something you can just throw out willingly. But other than that, yeah, standard character. Unsafe on block. Really good air combo. We like the air combo. And after the grab, you can land items and shuriken for extra damage, which I quite like. So that makes her a solid B tier. Oh, and you can land her tilt while the opponent's grounded. We love that. Sai. Oh, we like Sai. Sai is good. Really good combo of good hitbox. It can't be interrupted very well. So I like that about him. Really good. So that's pretty cool. Sai's got infinite in his neutral combo. He's actually got 2 infinites in his neutral. Down combo does decent damage, and up combo is okay for guard pressure. But other than that, yeah, very standard character. I quite like Sai quite a lot. I think he's a pretty cool character. Used him for years. Chakra Kunai is pretty good. Awakening's pretty standard. He's just a very solid character. He does have like options. His air combo, you can do his AC2 and his air combo, let them drop, and then you can land a jutsu on the ground. In some cases, you can land a charge jutsu. Very situational though. But yeah, and also grab is very good. Very quick grab, long range, easy to hit. And then not only that, but it also gives you strike back as well for some really nice and nasty setups with your jutsu or your air combo or whatever else. Sai is actually a nice little setup king or a combo artist, really good team player. Kabuto. So Kabuto has a very strong IC1 and AC1, actually a lot stronger than people think. People need to use him more for that. Again, Jitsu isn't amazing, not a very good tracker on it. Is something that you want to use with a C dash. So you C dash onto the block, off the block, go straight into Jitsu. You give really good guard pressure. The tilt can be very good at getting from one part of the map to another. So you want to like, if you're like far away from your opponent or they're running away, you can tilt and then leader switch and chakra dash or whatever. That's always a really good option to do. Grab is pretty good because they can rebound out of the grab, so you can grab them, then give them a false sense of security, and then follow up with a jutsu to force them to either sub or block something. So again, Kabuto is good at creating troublesome scenarios. He's good at controlling situations, which makes him a good team player. Mecha Naruto. I like Mecha Naruto. Very simple. Two hit infinite, jail. The awakening is actually kind of decent. Very obnoxious awakening. I like it. The grab has got decent range. It lingers kind of, but he's got very slow recovery on it, so you don't want to throw it out too much. And the tilt comes out ever so slowly. Tilt's not worth it, man. Yeah, I think the tilt is what holds him back. But other than that, yeah, no, very solid character actually. Very solid B tier. Han. So yeah, Han is this high up because although his moveset is quite bland and basic, like his tilt isn't that great and the jutsu is decent, it cannot be cancelled. I feel like it could be higher, but it could be cancelled. Yeah, and it's very big, good block damage. Obviously, he is a dash cut as well, so that is literally why he is there. He's got the 5 Towers Awakening, but again, it's another big awakening. You can just mash through. It's okay. It's got a funny like hitbox to it. Reanimation Minato. Okay, Reanimation Minato is actually alright. He's not bad. So he's got like a lot of like, he is a mind game character. If you are someone who plays fast and aggressive, he is for you. So Reanimated Minato is literally like, all I do with him is IC1, jump cancel into shuriken, into grabs, but then I'll mix it up into like IC1 jump shuriken jutsu or even ultimate jutsu because people like to counter a lot. Because once you start repeating stuff with Minato, people then get into rhythm and how to fight it, and then you got other options, and it confuses the absolute hell out of people. And because he's safe doing these things, and he has options, and he's very quick and fluid, and very nice with the cancels. Again, this is what makes me put them in B tier: is that they're fluid and they're not clunky. IC1 is good. Like Reanimated Minato is such a good, fast character, and I love that about him. Awakening mode is just a whole entity of itself. Like he has infinites in his awakening with his air combo and his IC1. Really love it. Again, in his base form, Rasengan comes out hella fast, like one of the fastest starting up Rasengans as well. Its properties on block is a lot different to other Rasengans, so it does one hit and then another hit that's delayed. So it tricks a lot of people because it hits on block and then people wait and then they think, oh, I can hit a button now, so they release a block and then they get hit by the rest of the Jitsu. They get knocked back and taken damage. Yeah, Reanimation Minato is actually like kind of like a troll character that I really enjoy playing. Love him. Second Mizukage, really good cover fire character. So he's got the cover fire for the cover fire stun. He can land his full down combo on juggle, so while they're airbound. And the jutsu is a very good like deceiving thing to throw out as well. And the tilt is a great defensive option to throw out in the neutral game as well. But again, you'd have to switch off of him to remain safe. And then he's got a very nice gimmicky awakening where he has this like clone, and any like projectiles that are thrown will go towards his clone. That will then remain him safe in order for him to continue doing his shenanigans. His air combo is great because when you do his full air combo, like square combo, like his long range square combo, he can actually provide enough stun for you to then leader switch off of and convert off of. Or if you're playing solos with him or you don't want to leader switch with him just yet, you can actually do his air combo with him and then land a chakra dash from the air and into a ground combo. So he has a nice conversion rate off of his air square combo into ground combos or support combos. You love it, dude. Honestly, this character is so good, so strong. Right next to him, just for similar reasons, I have Deidara. To be honest, I might sometimes argue. Sometimes I feel like second Mizu is better than Deidara. Sometimes I feel like Deidara's better than him. I don't know. I can't really decide, but they're both very similar. Deidara's never solid B tier character. You can do the up combo infinite with him, so you can loop that over and over if you land it at the right range and at the right speed or right situation or whatever. I don't know the conditions, but Deidara has that. Really good jutsu. Jutsu's got a decent tracking on in it. There's two big birds that takes up a lot of the neutral space, so that's really good at controlling space and stuff. And then obviously he has his grab, which is really annoying. He just throws it out and the bird just comes out and does stuff. The grab has been nerfed over the years in terms of range, but it still comes out very quickly and can confuse the opponent. And dude, the tilt on Daedra, it button locks you if it hits you while he's airborne with it. So again, great tilt, something you want to throw out. You can create some nasty setups with it. I know that myself and RJ has created some nasty setups with it. I know Falco probably has too. Daedra is an amazing character. I highly rate Daedra. Kiba Inuzuka. Now, I know a lot of people wouldn't place him this high up. Hell, I'm sure some of you watching this will probably put him in C tier. Let me explain. Kiba's IC2 is arguably one of the strongest IC2s in the game. If there was like an IC2 competition, Kiba would be like up there in IC2. Because that hit he does with Akamaru combined, oh, nasty. And he can hit it from anywhere on the stage. So basically, like, if Kiba and Akamaru are separated, if you hit circle, sometimes people who think they know Kiba just don't even worry because they think, oh, Akamaru won't do anything. But Akamaru can teleport it back into the combo. And when the IC2 happens, he just teleports and then he just appears and he just gnashes at the opponent, creating all this stun and stuff. And then if you do combo buffer with Kiba, so you do the IC2 buffer, he actually does a good few hits because his IC2 input is something that does multiple hits. And then he does a lot of stun for you, which you can do into grab, jutsus or omajutsus or pills or whatever. I'm really geeking out about Kiba in particular because I really rate him. Tilt is something that you want to throw out aggressively or even defensively. You can throw out Akamaru and then he stuns the opponent and you can loop the Akamaru tilt over and over and over again. So I sometimes for fun do down combo into tilt and then back into the down combo again and then land the UJ just to show off the full extent of his kit. He comes with attack pills in his item set, which is very useful, and his jutsu is so strong on block and on hit. You just want to throw out the jutsu a lot. And Twitch check it and stuff. There's also some good mind games where if Akamaru is placed in a different area to Kiba and you do a jutsu, Akamaru will actually do the jutsu from where he stood. So if Akamaru is very close to the opponent and Kiba is far away, you can throw out the jutsu and the opponent will be relaxed because they're like, oh, well, Kiba's over there. He's not going to hit me. But lo and behold, Akamaru has just tunneled them, just leaving them suspended in the air. Love that. Anyways, that's enough about Kiba and Akamaru. I have quite a lot to say, but yeah, that's that. So we have older Kankuro, and to be honest, I'm going to talk about older Kankuro and younger Kankuro because this video is getting very long. So to be honest, I actually think they're both quite similar. I put younger Kankuro ahead of older Kankuro because personally, for me, my younger Kankuro is better than my older Kankuro, and I think in my hands he is the better puppet user. But I can respect and understand if people would place this older Kankuro a lot higher than PTS Kankuro. I can see why. With older Kankuro's like AC1 pressure, it is actually insane. But if you can read your opponent and you can understand how a puppet player plays, it's not actually that strong. I mean, neither of these guys are strong, but I think they're good enough to be in B tier if they're used in the right hands by the right players. But again, they're just standard puppets, and I personally think puppets are actually just like the weaker character type out of all the characters in this game. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to leave them that far down in B. I know there are some people that would actually go as far as putting them in A tier, but for me, again, I just don't rate puppets. I destroy them for breakfast. So I'm not gonna lie, B tier, bro. B tier. Shikamaru Nara, solid B tier. He's got like what, 2 infinites guaranteed. One in his base combo, one in his up combo. Up combo's been buffed since the last patch, so the the kunai from it can literally just track from anywhere on the stage, doing pressure or doing a big knockback stun. Or rather, a pulling stun, rather, sorry. His jutsu is actually very good pressure to do if you do C-dash off block into jutsu. Very good pressure and has a lingering hitbox, keeping the opponent stuck in place. Grab is very good because it creates strike back as well, and the tilt is very good at stopping C-dashers and stuff. It's a very good defensive and offensive tilt as well. Very practical. And then the Olma jutsu, is very good damage as well. You can land that with your combos. And Awakening, oh my god, the Awakening. You got the Awakening actions, which allows you to loop your combos. So basically, it's creating more like combo loops with high damage, and it's a lingering effect or whatever. So you throw them out, and they're lingering towards the enemy and stuff, which I love. And then, yeah, he is just a menace with that jutsu as well in his Awakening because it's a much larger hitbox. Shikamaru, solid B tier character, not a lot wrong with him. His only weakness is that he can't guard pressure. Kabuto, yeah, so Kabuto is really good because he's got some tech with his up combo if you slow it down, but other than that, he's got his neutral combo, which you can hollow step and get an infinite out of. Grab, which has got like a very deceitful range on it, but it comes out very quickly, so that's really fun to do. And the tilt, which is amazing for controlling the space. Only issue is that it's got very slow recovery on it, so if you throw it out, you might have to switch after. But hey, if you're playing against someone who spams Shuriken, they'll just reset you for you, so you can just spam the tilt over and over and over again. Just completely layer the whole neutral game with snakes, and then you're laughing, bro. It is honestly so good. I love that about Kabuto. Yeah, standard character. Gotta love the poison. Konohamaru, yeah, honestly, you know what? Mid to high B tier character. Very strong IC1. He's got that infinite combo with the strike back where he can loop it back and back if you whiff some hits. Very nice down combo. If you execute it right, he actually can gel as long as you got the execution right. Again, it's an executional thing, so it's not always going to happen. He's actually got like an air combo, like button lock reset type thing going on, but it's very situational, cannot be forced. Rasengan is okay, not something that you throw out. Again, tilt. Tilt is where it's at with him because you can cancel the tilt early. He is the only character that can do this. You can cancel and reset yourself into neutral, so you can either spam the tilt over and over, which cannot be C-dashed against because it's a projectile tilt, or you can do mix-ups into literally anything you want, making him a very strong character. Awakening mode, very good. He's got some very good awakening abilities. But again, he lacks the guard pressure and he doesn't have any infinites, so I think he's a solid B tier character. Hinata Hyuga, amazing jutsu, no infinites, inconsistent guard pressure, but decent guard pressure, good combo routes. Grab goes into strike back, very good supporting and team player. Got a lover for it. And really good awakening too, the awakening actions. Really provides a lot more pressure and a lot more solo play for her, making her a very diverse character. Massman. Massman's got really good approach with his jutsu and with the damage it can do on block. Combos, so you can do an infinite as long as you counter during the end of the down combo. Other than that, though, neutral combo is going to send them into a strike back, saying that he is actually a strike back himself. And the tilt comes out at a decent speed and good range with multiple hits as well. And if you switch during the teleporting animation, that's a free conversion for a combo of the next character. So again, the tilt is something you want to tilt, and jutsu is something you want to throw out a lot with Maskman. He isn't great at juggling and he's not great at guard pressure, so he's a solid B tier because of those facts. But other than that, I think Maskman is actually a really cool character. I actually enjoy using him quite a lot. Here we have RTB Naruto. To be honest, he doesn't really have to be this low down in B, but like this is where it's getting kind of fluid and stuff because it's like he's solid B. You know, his combo can get tilted through. He's got gaps in his combos. Down combo's good. He's got up combo pressure if your opponent lets you do the up combo on block. But other than that, he's got an infinite in his down combo. He's got a combo to UJ if you actually land it nicely enough. But other than that, his default jutsu isn't amazing, so you got to change it to the Rasengan Barrage, making him a B tier character. Obviously, you're forced to pick him first. But it's okay because he's got a really strong item set, and his awakening, again, it's a good awakening. It's decent. It's just never Naruto at the end of the day. Okay, here in the slightly higher B tier section, we have both Ino and PTS Ino. So with Ino, older one, we have the Flower Bomb, which is good because it creates strike back. The paper bombs and the flower bomb linger in the neutral, so if they are dashed against, they actually interrupt the enemy and stun them. It's long enough stun for you to convert off of into another flower bomb or to chakra dash into a combo. So Ino as a solo artist is very strong. Her grab is amazing because you can loop the grab over and over, or you can land a combo off her grab. If you want to know how to do all that stuff, I literally have videos and tutorials on it. And then also her tilt is very strong because it sends them flying away ahead of her, way in the distance. So it's been buffed because it used to send them behind her, so they could just rebound and then punish her, but they can no longer do that as easily now. So she can just tilt, send you away, and she can get back up, or she can lead her switch into the next character and she'll remain safe. And if strike back is active, the tilt goes into strike back, which we love, which is really cool. And then her awakening is really good because she summons the 3 flower bombs in her jutsu. Her combo is really good. She does have guard pressure. Again, it's very situational, like kind of Harumaru. If you position it well, like if you have good precision inputs, then you can do her her combos on block infinitely. However, if you aren't consistent, then you can mess it up. You can do her full up combo on block, but on the very last set of the up combo, they can ninja move out, so it's not worth doing. But other than that, she's got the poison flowers as her chakra kunai, so that makes her a very strong character as well. And also you can do her full down combo before the cutscene and land into a flower bomb for extra jutsu into the strike back. It's a nice little combo to do. PTS Eno, again, Poison Flowers that makes her strong. Tilt is a very good approach tool. AC1, oh my god, Air Combo 1, amazing range. I think I showed it in like the latest Evo video I've done, but her AC1 range is amazing. She's very safe on block as well. So you do IC2, which is safe on block, and then her Jutsu is a guard muncher and also creates strike back as well. So you want to throw out her Jutsu for that. And yeah, obviously with that, with the poison flowers, she's decent. Grab is okay. Grab grounds the opponent, but she lands on top of the character, so she can land guaranteed poison flowers after the grab. So that's always cool as well. Kisame Hoshigaki. Okay, so IC2 is where it's at with him. He's actually like a long, like, because he's a sword character, he's got a lot of range. And because of Storm 4, he's been made faster than previous games. So he's throwing out a lot of range. He's very menacing and very troublesome. We love Kisame for that. Other than that, really strong awakening. Jutsu's okay, but once it hits, it does a lot of damage. So there's that factor, and it also hits grounded, and you can charge it even to do even more damage. Really good tilt at creating space. So you gotta throw out the tilt if you want to create space, or if you just want to be creative in the neutral. He's really good for that. Kisame is very good at keep out and annoying the enemy. I love Kisame. Playing him is such a pleasure. And his AC1 is literally just the air version of his IC2. However, it is unsafe on block, so be careful when you throw it out. Hanzo. Oh, Hanzo, my little poisoner. I love him. So, yeah, his tilt is just pure poison. It's great. Not only that, but it provides stun, so you can actually convert off of. If you do his tilt and you actually hit the tilt, if you do one hit, because it converts into his IC1, if you jump Chakra Dash fast enough, you can convert off of it. If not, you can land the tilt, leader switch, and convert into the next character. His jutsu comes out at extreme fast speeds, and you can cancel it to make yourself safe. So what I do is I land the jutsu, get strike back, and land another one. I love doing that. One of my favorite things to do is Hanzo. His grab has nice long range and comes out really fast as well. And just like Eno, you can convert off of the grab with him as well, and you'd really love that. Awakening is just basically a stronger, more buffed version of him. Again, solid B tier character overall. PTS Naruto. Yep, I'm not gonna lie. He is a high B tier, and I stand by that. I actually do not care. That is my opinion. Yeah, really good mash. He can jail as well. The tilt is good for creating space. However, his tilt is kind of ass if you're using it for damage or whatever, or for full completion. All it's good for is pushing the opponent away. As soon as you see the tilt push them, you either want to switch or you just want to stop doing it. But yeah, other than that though, yeah, really good character, really safe AC1 or whatever. So you just want to do his down combo into AC1 reset on the block. His Rasengan is quite a trick because he takes a long time to charge it, but he runs like the full mile, and his tracking on that jutsu is amazing. Like he will literally break his ankles to try and get you. I love it, and he does not stop running. He runs for ages. Or you got the choice between the demon wind bullet shuriken or whatever it's called, where he makes himself into a shuriken and launches himself at the enemy. That does a lot of pressure on block, and it's quite like a combo type jutsu. So it's very good with combining lots of damage with other things. It makes him a very good team player. Really fast IC1 comes out at like 5 frames or something like that. So it comes out extremely fast, and his grab comes out fast as well. But the only weakness of the grab is that it has a weakness of just resetting the neutral, and that's it, by grounding the enemy. But other than that, solid character. Honestly, really good awakening as well with the Nine Tails like thing going on. Pretty good character. Here we have Revolution Sasuke. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Revolution Sasuke is good, but like he's not amazing. He hasn't got guaranteed jail. His tilt can be if when they like people get so comfortable with the tilt is that they don't leader switch, or they do the tilt when there's no one to leader switch into. So he's left there suspended, and then there's frames at the end of the tilt that can be interrupted. So that's not good. So you can actually catch him with that. Other than that, though, strong tilt when it does land is good at creating space and is actually good at just checking the enemy. Really decent combos, obviously. You can like ninja move into UJ and stuff off the combos, off the up combo. Yeah, I believe it's the up combo in particular. I don't play Rev Sasuke that much. And then the air combo is actually very good pressure and very good to throw out on block as well. The lightning that he throws is actually quite like a tantalizing thing to go against. So I just think he's a solid B tier with the Chidori on him as well. Quite good as well. His default jutsu isn't that good. PTS Sakura, high B tier, baby. Yes, sir. All right. So I know a lot of you probably aren't going to agree with me, or after seeing myself and Sada play her, you may agree with me. But she is extremely strong, in my opinion. She is safe on block. She can give you a run for your money on block. She will take your block down. And also, she's very good at mixing up. So if you're doing the AC1 guard pressure with her, some people will try and mash counter. So sometimes you can just trick them and just land a UJ for free. I love doing that with her. Her tilt is really bad. You don't want to throw out the tilt. Honestly, I throw it out of confidence and I hit it about 50% of the time, but it's not something I would encourage anybody to throw out. Her grab has got really good range, so it's a range tool that you want to use in conjunction of other pressure tools like other jutsus and stuff. But it does ground the enemy, of course, but you got good Oki setups after. But yeah, other than that, she is just IC1, AC1 taijutsu based. Her jutsu is a whole mind game in its own, so you can control the neutral game with it by laying out her jutsu in the ground. A lot of people, and I know a lot of you watching this, you now think carefully, right? I'm going to take some time to talk about this. A lot of people do not rate her jutsu and they say it's weak because they're like, oh, it's easily avoidable. But so many of you C-dash into that jutsu because you forget it's there. I can lay out two of them on the ground and I can just start doing some flashy stuff like leader switching or tilting or whatever. And I can encourage you to dash me, but I'm doing it in the range of my jutsus and I'll make you combo your way into the jutsu or I'll make you combo your way into the trap. And you either get hit by the trap or sometimes you do react fast enough to sub it, but she is either making you get hit and taking the fall or she's subbing or even both. So she's got those mind games for her. She's a very strong character. She is just a character you can just throw out the AC1 at any range and it works most of the time. I love it. Solid character. Love PTS Sakura. You can also do her down combo and ninja move into a UJ guaranteed. PTS 1010, again, solid B tier. Some people might even go as far as say she's A tier. I think with the combo like damage nerf that she has is probably what keeps her in B tier for me. Other than that, she's got a strong jutsu, really nice range and strike back conversion off her tilt. Grab comes out nice and fast and leaves the opponent suspended in the air, makes forces the opponent into separate options, whether they C-dash and get countered or not. 1010 is very good at creating scenarios, and if you pick her first, she has several kunai bags, like 6 kunai bags, 3 grounded, 3 in the air, and then she got 3 paper bombs. Oh my god, I love that item set. Just talking about it gets me so happy. Honestly, PTS 1010, great character. You love it. Also, really safe AC1 on block. She slides down the block. However, her combo on block, the opponent can ninja move out of, so you don't want to fully combo the opponent on block. However, really good character. Really nice air combo damage though. That damage is normal, unlike her ground combo damage. Really solid character. Utakata. Now, he is solidly a high B tier character for me. Now, I didn't say A tier, and I'm sure some people may say A tier, but Utakata for me, he's good. It's just the bubbles can be very easily interrupted or dashed against. If they're played, and if he is positioned and played well, the bubbles can actually be used as like a very slow boomerang effect and go past the enemy and circle back around them and basically interrupt them while they're comboing you. So they're used as like a long-term effect. But yeah, he's pretty good. Tilt can be used to clash with chakra dashes, which is really good. And the jutsu is big damage and obviously strike back opportunity. However, it travels very slowly and can be predictable. But if you're very good at controlling the space and you play fast paced, you can kind of force your opponent into a scenario on whether to either get hit by the bubbles or block them. But yeah, man, good combos with it. You don't want to like mash too much with the combos. I know, yeah, and his circle combos are very OP because when he does the bubbles of his circle combos, It actually prohibits the opponent from leader switching for some reason. A very broken mechanic that needs to be fixed. But anyways, very strong character. And then you have Asuma Sarutobi. Yeah, very good character. Very good IC1. It has multiple hits on it and can actually sub-trap. Jutsu is also a sub-trap, so if they sub it naturally, they'll just sub back into it and already very get block damaged or even damaged and knocked back. Grab also does knock back into strike back as well. Tilt isn't very good. You don't want to throw it out very much, nor does it has very good conversion on it. And the Awakening is a very strong tool. So with the standard guard pressure that he has, because he has good safe AC1, and then the little reset into attack pill that he has in his down combo as well, and the jutsu damage and the grab damage plus a strike back, solid B tier. With the Awakening being long range as well, he's basically like a low budget Danzo. Yeah, honestly, B tier character, no questions asked. I think anybody with a brain could say that. Some of you might say A tier, and you know what? I'll give it to you, 100%. He's just a standard character. I put Third Kage in like B tier purely just because the Jutsu is good, the Awakening is decent, and he's dash cut. Nothing else more to say. Other than that, his moveset's kind of ass. And then you have Madara, Revolution Madara. IC2 is very strong to throw out. He's basically like another Sarda when it comes to the IC2, just less range, of course. Tilt is another counter tilt that creates damage and strike back, so that actually lands very well if you're in the right headspace. You can land it a lot if you're very good at landing counters. And then the grab actually has very good range and can create strike back if you leader switch at the right time with him. You can make him do the strike back off of his own grab, which I love. Or if you have another strike back on the team, that is also a viable option. But yeah, other than that, you have to change his jutsu into this Majestic Destroyer Flame because I personally feel like his default jutsu isn't very strong. It's a wide coverage and covers the area. That's good. Like, thumbs up to that. But it gives your opponent invincibility frames on block, which I do not like. Not ideal. Very strong range and stuff in the combos, and his up combo actually has a lot of obnoxious like stuff going on. But other than that, standard character. Awakening is okay. You don't want to use it too much. Yeah, I think he's great. Now we're getting to the A tiers. Okay, A tier characters. So now we're looking at Tayuya. So, Tayuya, I don't rate. I don't think she's that great. Again, I've said this so many times. This is where the controversy heavily lies in my tier list. I can feel it. I haven't even uploaded the video. I haven't even edited this yet. I'm recording and I can feel it that you guys hate that I put Tayuya right here, or you're either very perplexed or confused, or the Tayuya haters hate her so much that you're just going to agree with me regardless. So, Tayuya is sitting nice and comfy at the bottom of A, is because I put her in A tier because I can acknowledge that she's strong. I can acknowledge that. I can acknowledge that she has a gimmick about her that makes her powerful, that she can control the neutral, and she forces you to play how you need to play her, not how you want to play her. Understandable. Completely fair. Tayuya's got that going on for her. That's cool. However, if you know someone's going to pick Tayuya, and like you're playing like a Tayuya main, literally, I can list several characters along the lines of Edu Hashirama, Danzo, Shisui, Madara's, both Madara's, you know, Shino. Like, a lot of characters counter her, and she ain't even that good. Hell, you could even probably get away with Mitsuki versus her. Like, these characters will mess her up. They give her a hard time and force her to play a certain way. So, yeah. And to be honest, like, even without those characters, you can actually just play life lead if you got good fundamentals. Like, if you dash her from the get-go and get really aggressive and watch out for her counters, don't get hit by a shuriken, you can literally just get life lead easily. Play someone like Ino and get poison flowers, easy clap. So, yeah. Like, my own personal experience fighting Tayuya players, like, she ain't really that bad, in my opinion. She ain't that deep. So, low A tier. Low A tier. Momoshiki, he's pretty decent. I'd say low A tier just because the pheasant hunt isn't that good, but really good IC1, comes out fast, good priority, got infinite, awakening is good too. We love that Crimson Rasengan, huge. Rampaging Obito, yes. Again, good combos, got infinite in it, combo to UJ, very strong item set too, and decent awakening, and the tilt is very good at controlling space and getting from one point to another safely. We do love that about him. Rock Lee, very good up combo guard pressure, very good infinite air combo and down combo infinite, and different options with his down combo as well. Jutsu's very good to do on block, but you do have to switch check it because it consumes a lot of chakra, so that's why he's in the lower A tier. However, he does have a very strong awakening mode. His awakening mode is actually insane. We love his awakening mode. Hashirama Senju. So I put a live Hashirama in A. You know, I was debating putting him in B, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna be real, but like his combos are very fast, and if you do it right, he has very good guard pressure. He does have the option to choose the Shuriken clone jutsu, which is probably what maybe put him in A tier, to be honest. So yeah, he's sitting nice comfy in there. His grab has very good range, lingering hitbox, and you can loop the grab back to back with C dashes, and the opponent can't do anything about it if you are positioned well and you land it correctly. Love that about him. And Tushikage, again, solid A tier character. When I was making this, I actually put him in B tier, but then I was thinking about it before I recorded this segment of the video, and I actually thought, you know what? Yeah, Tushikage belongs in A, 100% A tier. I'd say like lower A, but yeah, he has guard pressure, yes, guaranteed AC1 pressure, really strong jitsu, multiple rocks hitting. So on your block, that does a lot of damage. On hit, it does a lot of damage with strike back and on the connection. Grab is okay, but you don't want to throw it out too much, and the tilt makes him safe. So if you're playing against someone who likes to C dash spam a lot, it beats the C dash spammers a lot, and also gives you strike back for another conversion into jutsu or another tilt. So yeah, he's great for that. And then obviously he's got combo to UJ as well, and his awakening is a nice little gimmick as well. Kirin Sasuke, I mean, that's my main right there. Obviously, I'm going to put him in A tier. Really good IC1, safe AC1 as well. So he's got guaranteed pressure there. He's got a guaranteed down combo infinite, so down combo to UJ as well. His combo switch tech is really good with his IC2. It provides enough stun for you to do literally anything you want. Sometimes if the opponent's high enough, you can just mash the air combo and the air against the opponent, and it will actually work, which is really fun. His grab is really fun to land, but it does reset into neutral, so you can just do an Oki setup after it. And the tilt isn't really something you want to throw out too much, which is why he's in lower A. Very strong awakening though. His AC1 in awakening is a real guard muncher, really safe, really strong, and he's got the black Chidori, which is a very strong Chidori at that as well. Really love that black Chidori. Really good. Tell Beast Bomb Naruto. Wait, no, is this Tell Beast Bomb Naruto? I don't think this is. Okay. What? Yeah, no, okay, I'm looking at the picture. Okay, Tell Beast Bomb Naruto deserves to go where S2 Naruto is at. That's where he needs to be. Just imagine they're both switched. Man, I messed up this tier list, bro. But anyway, who cares? Connections got out in a minute. Anyways, I'm gonna say screw it. All right, Tell Beast from Naruto. Actually, no. We're gonna talk about this Naruto like it's S2 Naruto. This one after Kirin Sasuke, in between the other Sasuke, this Naruto on the very far right side in the A tier. We're going to pretend that's S2 Naruto. S2 Naruto, he's there because Flake has actually shown me recently that he has got a very good combo on block, and that's literally the only reason why he's there. His UJ actually has multiple hits as well, and can actually guard break, which is great. A nice sort of guard break tool. Other than that, his Air Rasengan isn't great, so that's why he's low A tier, and his Awakening is pretty decent. RTB Sasuke, he's basically just a Sasuke the last clone, just hasn't got as good as the first hit, so if you change the Jutsu to Fireball, it makes him strong, which then forces you to pick him first. So with those being said, yeah, he's got the same tilt though. Grab is better, but again, combos aren't really that like different. They're just aesthetically nice. So he's got a spot on A, just lower down. Kakuzu, really good range. He is just a range as zoning master. If you like zoning, pick him. That's what I gotta say. He's just good. He's got no infinites, but the tilts and the AC ones and the grabs, oh, insane. Jutsu damage isn't always amazing though. Itachi, in my opinion, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I think he's a solid A tier, and I think he always will be as long as he is the way that he is. He's got an infinite in every single combo, so you can do down combo, neutral, up combo. No matter what you do, it will always lead to an infinite as long as you're thinking correctly. Air Fireball, best Air Fireball in the game, probably just best Fireball in the game hands down, excepting the Inferno Fireball, of course, that beats it. Grab can go into strike back. Tilt is it gives invincibility frames and does a lot of damage on hits. If you position the tilt correctly and hit it, you can actually land a combo off of it with him. And he's got a very strong Susanoo as well. So yeah, Itachi's a very solid character, and he's charge guard. Love that. Jubito, IC2 Infinite, neutral combo Infinite as well. Very good tilt. Just checking the opponent and keeping the opponent at bay. Decent grab, but again, grab doesn't follow up into anything too good. And a very menacing awakening, very scary and controls the space, so makes him a solid A tier character. Sakon Ukon, a very fast character when it comes to combos. Up combo pressure on the block is insane. That is a real guard muncher. And then he's got very good defensive play. So he's actually like very aggressive, passive aggressive, with the passiveness of his jutsu and the defense and his tilt. And then obviously he gets really aggressive with his combos and his up combo guard pressure, makes him really good. Really fast grab that comes out extremely fast and can convert into strike back. So yeah, good features. Really good DLC character that lands nicely in A. I'm really happy with the Sound 4 DLC just for Sakon. Darui, yeah. So Darui is actually strong mainly because of his tilt. I firmly believe, in my opinion, if you do if you do C dash switch tech into Darui's tilt, honestly, great pressure, amazing pressure. You're looking at guard breaks if you do his up combo into a C dash. Yeah, it's a guaranteed guard break with him, so you can get guaranteed guard breaks as long as the opponent isn't jumping around too much. His grab is a nice little linger on it, and it actually has a good range and also strike back. And his jutsu is very good to switch tech and run with, and also guard break with. As long as you react quickly, you can convert off of that guard break with it as well, because obviously it does multiple hits. And then his awakening is so cool with the Black Panthers. You can just throw them out and then dash behind them, so it's a very safe approach as well. Sadly, he's got no infinites, but again, in the neutral game and fundamentals, if you're a good fundamental player, Darui is a go-to pick. Nice, solid A tier character. Not high in the A tier, but somewhere mid A tier for sure. I'm just gonna say for both Guy and Yamato, they're both there because Guy is there for his awakening plus charge guard. Yamato is there because he's quick with combos, got infinites, combos to UJs, and charge guard. Not charge guard, dash cut. They're both dash cut, sorry. Shisui Uchiha, yes. Okay, good combos. Very good combos. Very good IC1. Very good air combo where if you continue mashing, if your opponent dashes you at the wrong time, they get stuck back in the combo again, which is great. The jutsu is really good. If you're playing him, you can just throw out one flame and then combo off of it if you're quick enough, or rather if you're close enough. Or you can just tech it into all three flames, which is really good because that's just a lot of like damage and strike back opportunity and fire damage. The tilt is good to grab. The tilt is good to throw out, but if you do throw out the tilt, you need to leader switch, so that is costing you a resource. But again, sort of A tier character. He hasn't got a lot of gaps in his combos either, so or if he does, you got to be very particular of how you tilt out of his combos. But he does also have air combo pressure as well. So if you're very precise with button inputs, then you can land that consistently. Shisui is your character, very good A tier. And he has a Susanoo Awakening, of course. Orochimaru right next to Shisui, just really good up combo pressure and just good combo pressure in general. Like for some reason, Orochimaru's hitbox and his combos have always been really powerful. Don't know why, it just is. But you love it though. We love it. Really good, really strong, really good jutsu to throw out in the neutral game. And his secondary jutsu is a nice combo-based jutsu, like Kimimara's. In my opinion, probably somewhat better because you can do a lot more with Ultima jutsus and button locks off of it as well. So yeah, and also his air combo's got a lot of range, and his awakening is a guaranteed guard break if you throw out the jutsu and they block it. So yeah, Orochimaru is a very solid A tier character. Minato Namikaze, again, another A tier character. If you are someone with fast inputs and good speed, then he is for you because that's how he's meant to be played, with a lot of speed and tech in mind. Someone like me, he spams shurikens and tilts with them a lot. You can just do that, it's very safe. Obviously, he's got combo to UJs in his down combo and his neutral combo and his base combo, and infinites in his base and his neutral combo. But yeah, really good character. You want to pick him as a support because his item set isn't great, but other than that, yeah, very solid A tier character. As on his own, he provides a lot to the team. I can say the same for Teburama. Very high damaging water wall jutsu that he lands a lot. You can switch tech it or just land it solo. He lands it all the time. Almost, it's insane. Tilt is a good application tool. It's kind of like a nerfed version of Darui's tilt, in my opinion, but again, it's a good tilt. And he has a lot of combo potential with his up combo. You can like cancel it and then switch and throw a shuriken and force like landing frames or whatever. Really good character, and he's really good at juggling too. And juggling is something that happens a lot, and Tobarama's a king at it. Madara Uchiha, all I gotta say is IC2. IC2 buffer. IC2 and buffer into Jutsu, that's what makes him good. Literally just that. And his awakening, that's literally it. That's all he needs for A tier. IC2 buffer into Jutsu and awakening. A tier. That's it. A tier. If you ever want to see examples of this, just watch Reach play this Madara. S3 Madara, literally just watch Reach play him. He will perfectly describe what I have just said in gameplay format. Watch out for his IC2 buffer and awakening, and that's literally why he wins that Madara. Anyways, Shino. Yep, Shino, in my opinion, is a very good A tier character. He has infinites in his base square combo and his up combo 4 in his square combo. He has been nerfed a bit, so he doesn't do his IC2 into down tag into insects as fluently as before. He can do it still, but not as comfortably. And he's no longer safe after his air combo. In the past, he used to be able to do his air combo and then counter attack, but he now gets caught, which is annoying. However, he's got a very strong jutsu, which he can spam it over and over again if he does it in the air. And is also very good for controlling the space and traveling with. So very strong chakra kunai as well, and the awakening is very good with awakening abilities that drains the opponent's chakra. So all these things make Shino a very strong character. AC1 is also very existent hitbox as well. It's insane. Mei Terumi, Mizukage Mei. Yep, very good character. IC2 into IC3. As we all know, those water bullets are insane. Good defense for her and good long range coverage. She is a massive zoner, literally because of that. I like to mix it up with the tilt, which actually throws a lot of people off guard because people ninja move, and then because they're airborne when they ninja move, it forces the tilt to then float, and the bullets then actually fly across the stage and hit them airborne, and I love it because it grounds them and drains their chakra, and that encourages me to approach and do an absolute madness. Mei also has infinites in her down combo as well, and she also has a combo to UJ in her down combo as well as a combo to UJ in her up combo as long as you're quick enough. Her air combo actually has a nice conversion on it, so when she does spits the lava and grounds them, if you chakra dash fast enough, you can reset into a ground combo, or if you leader switch during that lava spit and throw a shuriken, you can actually restand the opponent and then convert into your next combo with your support, and that is always a fun thing to do. And then there's Killer B. Killer B, in my opinion, will always be a standard A tier. I know some people would actually put him down into B because he's no longer picked in the meta. But one thing that doesn't change about him is how strong his IC1 and IC2 is, his AC1, and his tilt, and his default jutsu. And his grab comes out so fast and gives strike back, bro. Honestly, I've just listed so much things that just, I don't care, makes him an A tier character. Good character. Raikage A, I'm not gonna lie, he probably doesn't have to be this high up in A tier, but in my opinion, he has a solid A tier, purely just because of the gel and the jutsu damage, with attack buff as well. Oh my god. And the down combo damage. Do not forget that down combo damage. It is second to Edo Hashirama's, but again, very good. Grab comes out fast and grounds them for Oki setups. And then his awakening is very good because his C-dash is instant teleportation behind the opponent. So yeah, Raikage, very good character. And then there is Gara, Gara of the Sand. Again, A tier because he has good ranges, IC1, IC2. When you catch someone in these, all you got to do is jump and you caught them in an infinite or in a or you caught them into a UJ. You can actually do his down combo into a UJ, but it's just safer to do his IC2 into a UJ. His tilt is unblockable, which it never used to be back in the day, so that's nice to see. I think that was a thing since Revolution onwards. And then his grab is a long-range lingering effect that people can dash into, and you land that shit for free. Amazing. Sometimes he has this gimmick with his air combo as well, where he can land it fully in the air on block as well and trick the opponent, and it is safe as well. It's actually insane, and Gara is ridiculous. His awakening is an entity of itself as well. So overall, solid A tier character. Oh, you can also land his Sand Tsunami grounded, and he has access to Sand Shower in his adult form. PTS Shino, obvious A tier. Look at him, bro. Honestly, IC1, IC2, interrupting chakra dashes. Hell, IC3, I've interrupted chakra dashes with. So that's 3 hits. You're hitting circle 3 times in the neutral game, and you're winning with this Shino. Chakra Insects as well. Chakra Insects is literally the end all be all to his character. If he didn't have Chakra Insects, he wouldn't be as great. Honestly, he'd be a B tier character. With his Chakra Insects, he can convert into UJ Jutsu or literally anything he wants. He can convert into your own birthday, even if it's at the opposite side of the year. Honestly, this man is amazing with the Chakra Insects. His neutral combo goes in straight back. His grab actually creates distance between you and the enemy, and the tilt also. If you lead a switch during the tilt, it actually is a good conversion tool. If you land the full tilt, it is a strike back, and he can juggle endlessly with his chakra insects. As long as you've got a high amount of chakra with him, you can do serious combo setups and serious damage with him. Honestly, he is actually a mind game guy as well, because he really makes people feel devastated when they're being juggled constantly by these insects. And then there's Naruto. Okay, this is Taobeast from Naruto. I don't care what the icon looks like. That's Taobeast from Naruto now. Taobeast from Naruto, really strong IC1. I think that's maybe why he's in A tier. Very good combo mix-ups and 50-50s with the Fuma Shuriken as well. His tilt is actually a very fun approach tool. Is very good at interrupting chakra dashes and stuff. And then he goes into his combo off the tilt. Air Rasengan is very abusable as well. You can just throw out the Air Rasengan a lot and he lands it. We love that about that Naruto. And also he has an awakening that's very unique and fun to play. Love this Naruto a lot. And then there is Kakashi Hatake. So this is Storm 3 Kakashi, and he is very good. Honestly, his IC 1, 2, and 3 all have a very strong hitbox. He has a gel and his up combo as well that you want to use a lot as well that can munch down guards. And his Raikuri has very good tracking up close, and he can do a lot of damage. Sometimes you can land 2 or 3 once in a row if somebody tries to chakra dash after being hit by the first one. Tilt is not really worth throwing out. Grab comes out fast and leaves them for close range for an Oki setup and resets the neutral. And then he has a very strong awakening where he still has all of his same properties as before, but he has these new awakening actions which creates a lot of pressure and speed for him in the close range. This man is a literal taijutsu threat in the A tier, and it's actually why I positioned him so slightly high up in the A tier, because he is actually very good. So I put Sasuke the Last here and Wandering Sasuke next to each other, but Sasuke the Last will always be underneath Wandering Sasuke, because literally the only difference between the two is that Wandering Sasuke can do the fall down combo and block, and Sasuke the Last can't. They can both do really good Inferno Fireball pressure, really good Inferno Fireball pressure, of course, and he's just really strong in general. Not only that, but you can do an air combo to ground combo reset with him as well, and he has one of the easiest infinites ever to land. I'm not gonna lie, personally, I actually feel like Sasuke the Last was brought into the game as a beginner-friendly character to get people into Storm. Literally, this man is so easy. He has one of the best IC1s in the game. Like, it has so much priority and so much speed and so much range. And not only that, but such an easy infinite. Honestly, you could just tell what it was just by watching the character before the game even came out. So yeah, easy character, easy clap. Sarada Uchiha. Yes. Okay. So I actually only put her this high on the list purely because of Pleiko. I think if Pleiko didn't exist, Sarada would probably be somewhere down in B, or maybe even at least low A tier, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, probably B tier. But anyways, she is high A because she has good combo pressure. She can gel you and combo pressure you. Her IC2 goes full range across the screen, so she throws a projectile kunai and it can't be dashed against or anything. It interrupts people, and she can jump, C-dash, convert off of it. Her tilt is something you can litter the stage with and do a lot with, so you can do a lot of damage with her tilt and do a lot of crazy stuff with that. We love that with her tilt. And her jutsu is very good to do in the air, because if you do, it knocks the opponent back for a strike back, and it knocks them instantly, which is really good. And if you do the jutsu grounded, it travels slower. However, it leaves behind all this lightning effect, and it stuns the enemy very briefly and shortly if they trip along it, which is really good. So Sarada is actually very strong. If you ever want to see examples of why Sarada is strong, literally watch Pleiko Armboy's videos, or any footage of him, rather. Sorry, he doesn't have any videos, but any footage of Pleiko playing Sarada, you can see why she's so strong. And then we have Neji Hyuga. Yes, Neji is very good. Very good, strong character. Very good jutsu. Very good tilt. Really good mash as well. Like, he has the air palm jutsu and the really good mash. Down combo into UJ, down combo infinite. The air palm is like a little smaller Danzo jutsu, basically. Like, very strong character. Very strong awakening too. That awakening is just mashing and getting through everything. So yeah, just very powerful taijutsu user. PTS Gara, again, strong mash. Sand Shower, which is a very good tool to throw out in the neutral, very good returning tool. Long range grab, which they can rebound out of, which you can then do a lot of 50-50 setups with. So, again, because the combo's got good range and stuff, and he can do very good, like, full range, like, down combos, like, jump, C-dash, like, conversions. PTS Gara is really strong for that as well. Sharingan, Rinnegan, Sasuke, very quick with the IC1. He can do IC2 conversion into grab as well very quickly. His tilt is so easily landable. You just throw out the tilt and you hit it like 80% of the time. It interrupts C dashes, and the height on that hitbox is a lot higher than what it looks for it being so grounded. His default jutsu is bad, but people pick him first for the Inferno Fireball, and it makes him a lot better. AC1 with him is very strong as well, and his grab has a very large hitbox. It's so large, it actually happens behind him, so it's a 360 hitbox. So if you approach him from behind when he grabs, you will get hit. So yeah, that's a really cool character, I suppose. Rasa, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, a couple of years ago, we wouldn't have said this, or a few years ago rather, but yeah, we found that he is very strong. To be honest, I've always known he's very strong. I just didn't want to say anything because I knew he was going to get ruined by the meta, but hey ho, here we go. Yes, he used to have an infinite in Revolution, but they took it out. But yeah, very good combos. He has now an infinite in his down combo and an infinite in his up combo, and combos to UJs in both. And his jutsu, the waterfall, the gold waterfall dust or whatever it's called, is literally his strongest asset. And if you hit it with a shuriken, and it actually hits fully with a shuriken, you get to have a nice little restand on the enemy, and you can do absolute bits. This character is very good at comboing you and keeping you in place and doing lots of pressure from different ranges. Very jarring. Again, same situation. Sasuke, Naruto the Last, and Hokage Naruto are next to each other because actually, I think it might be the same situation with the combos on block. If not, Hokage Naruto is good for tricking people with thinking it's RTB Naruto, at least those who don't know how the icons look very well. So I always just pick Hokage Naruto. But yeah, Hokage Naruto, literally just for the consistency and the speed of his combos and his jutsu. And the fact he strike back and have a strong awakening. That's literally it. He is a boxer, but he is a good one. GG. Nagato Uzumaki. Yes, so we have Nagato here. Very good IC1, very good combos. He has an infinite with the shurikens in his combos. So combo to UJ. You can also land a tilt off of it, which is really good. Tilt is a universal pull, and we know how strong those are, so that speaks for itself, so I'm not going to go further into that. And he has an almighty push that actually hits multiple times. It's smaller in length compared to Pain's, but it's very good. And then yeah, so Pain is just a bigger Nagato, so bigger universal pull, bigger almighty push, one hit though, bigger grab range and bigger AC1 range and more air combo damage than Nagato. Both their awakenings are exactly the same, both very strong awakenings. These are both basically the apex of A tier, these two, in my opinion. S tier characters. Yugito, she's S tier because the mash is undeniably strong, so strong. She has one of the best, if not the best tilt in the entire game. It's such a defensive tilt that gives strike back for free. It is so insane. And, you know, she literally just messes you up with that. So it's her mash, and that literally is just what makes her so good. She can literally turn the tides of the battle at her own free will. Kaguya is just button locking you in several different dimensions on a Wednesday. Like, that speaks for itself. She's got a square combo thing going on that's really strong and consistent as well. And then her lava jutsu in itself just gives invincibility frames to you. And also just lingers for a long time, controlling space and giving her max defense. And you can't have like projectile jutsus thrown against it as well. So yeah, Kaguya is ridiculously strong there. Eru Hashirama, literally, all I got 2 words. 2 words to actually just say why he's an S tier. Button locks. If you want to know why else he's an S tier, just watch YouTube videos, bro. Honestly, he's just broken. He's just mad broken. Choji, he's an S tier because now the reason why I actually chose the latest version of Choji I could, because for some reason the RTB icons aren't here. But basically, this version of Choji is here purely for the fact, right? And this is what it is. Purely for the fact that this version of Choji is here is because in his awakening in the RTB version, He cannot be like C dashed against. He is invulnerable to it. So if you C dash him, you just bounce off of him. Insane. So all he can do, I mean, what he does is just hit circle and he wins. Literally, all he does is hit circle and he wins. Other than that, he has dash cut. He's got a 2-hit infinite. You know the rest. Timari, she's there for her cover fire. If her cover fire wasn't so good, yeah, she wouldn't be there. Other than that, her jutsu is okay to switch deck out of. Her neutral combo creates strike back, and her grab is actually pretty good. But other than that, cover fire is the Regency's in S tier. If she didn't have cover fire, she'd be floating somewhere in C, like that ass. Madara, really strong awakening. That's actually yeah. He's got infinite combo as well, combo to UJ and attack pills in his item set, but awakening S tier. That thing will gel you and kill you off. Danzo again S tier because he has an awakening action that can end a whole round and win him a whole game if he wanted to. That speaks for itself. And that's it. I mean, okay, he has good tilt and good jutsu too. There you go. All right, there you go. And that is the full tier list from Poison Okami here in 2023 for Storm 4. That is my tier list. Big shout out and of courtesy of the members as well. The members were thanks to this. But yeah, if you guys want to discuss anything or if you have any ideologies about it, be sure to talk to me about it down in the description below. I'm more than happy to discuss with you things about the tier list and we can communicate about it together. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so yeah, I'm very tired making this, but if there's anything you want me to aerate on in the comments, I will try to do that. I do get a lot of comments these days, but yeah, be sure to drop a like on the video. It took me a lot of time making this, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And who knows, maybe I might entertain you guys and make another tier list in connections. We'll see. Anyways, it's been your boy Poison Okami. Jane.